Brother-in-law is ruining my marriage, but it's my fault, apparently. About a year ago, me, 28 female, and my husband, 30 male, allowed my brother-in-law, 19 male, to move in with us to get him out of a rough situation and help him start adulting. This was about May of last year. I agreed to have him move in with the promise from brother-in-law and husband that it was only going to be a couple of months until brother-in-law found a roommate to move out with. He is also to pay some rent monthly, as he has a full-time job now, keep his area clean, and help out around the house. Keep in mind, I have 2 children under the age of 5 and also work, and I'm still the housekeeper, cleaning, cooking food, etc., while my husband also works about 60 hours a week. Fast forward those couple of months, no luck on finding a roommate. Brother-in-law still living with us. Okay, he's young. I'm just gonna give him some more time to figure this out. I'm trying to be understanding and gracious, as I also had some help getting on my feet at this age. I have confronted brother-in-law a few times asking, "So how is the roommate search going? You found an apartment yet?" Only to be answered with shrugs and "I don't know." I will say, at this point I'm starting to feel in the dark with what is actually going on. As in, is there even a plan of him moving out? Is he even looking for a roommate or an apartment? Husband says just give him more time and that he's working on it. Frustrated, it's Christmas time now, and he's requesting to have his girlfriend of 2 years who lives out of state to move in too, with the promise that she has a job and they will move out in 1 month. I tell my husband that I'm not comfortable with it, as brother-in-law was not supposed to be here at this time in the first place. Husband says I'm overreacting and starts making comments of making me sound like I don't care about his family. Angry, I just shut down and keep my mouth shut to avoid the argument. My next mistake. Girlfriend moves in, and surprise, surprise, doesn't have a job and claims she's been looking for one for 3 months now since living under my roof. Fast forward to now. Rent is not being paid anymore, the cleaning of their own areas have stopped, and there has been absolutely no trying to find a way to move out of my home. I've quit asking brother-in-law questions to keep myself from being furious, and directed the questions towards my husband. At this point, I'm done trusting that my husband has any plan or control in this whole situation, which is driving me insane. Anytime I bring it up to my husband, I'm met with hostility and accusations of just wanting to throw his family out on the street, and that I shouldn't be upset with this because I agreed to it. Agreed to what? Yes, I agreed to brother-in-law moving in for a couple of months. Yes, I graciously gave him extra time to figure things out. At this point, I no longer feel comfortable in my own home, and every day me and my husband argue about it, which always turn into very ugly outcomes. We don't even sleep in the same bed anymore. I'm annoyed that I've been conned into taking on 2 grown adults while trying to raise my own family. I'm angry that I'm being made out to be the bad guy when all I wanted was to be helpful. I don't know what to do anymore. Update. First, I would like to say thank you all for the different perspectives. Most of all, the responses said I should just kick all 3 of them out and say good riddance. I will say, some of the responses gave me a good little laugh in this extremely frustrating situation, so thank you for that too. Taking everything into consideration, I gave my husband an ultimatum last night and I'm sticking to it. They need to be gone by June 1st, with all rent paid according to how I had laid it out, or else I'm moving out with the kids into an apartment. I'm also not cooking for them, just enough for me and the kids. All laundry detergents and toiletries will be kept in my closet, and internet passwords will be changed. Now, before I get 2 months is too much time for them, hear me out. This is also time for me to get my ducks in a row should I actually be moving out, which in theory, I'll know by mid-May if they aren't moving out if they don't have anything lined up by then. I really do doubt my husband is wanting this to actually happen, me and the kids moving out, but I wouldn't put it past him thinking that I'm bluffing. All in all, I would hope it doesn't have to come to that point. I am happy to learn, though, after sketching a quick budget, that I would be able to support me and both of my children with my own income if worst came to worst. I recently got diagnosed with stage 2 hypertension and working on getting that under control. I have chronic anxiety and experience rolling panic attacks that last for up to a week, sometimes twice a year. Since my last post, I had a 4-day episode, as well as the diagnosis. Doc says I'm far too young to have a diastolic pressure chilling at 97 and will be dead in 15 years if I don't make changes now. Since then, I have been stepping back and focusing on me, getting healthy, losing weight, etc. With that said, my husband has been a lot nicer to me and helping out around the house so I can focus on myself and my kids. The constant shouting has basically stopped, the gaslighting is non-existent, and for once I actually feel confident about my future. Since the diagnosis, the energy in my house has completely changed, and what I feel may be for the better. BIL's girlfriend has gotten a full-time job at the end of last month, and to my surprise, has been sticking to it. Also, rent has been paid since me laying down the law back in March. They have picked up the cleaning routine, buy their own groceries, and actually seem to be doing well for themselves. Shoot, the GF has even been helping me out with the kids if I seem too stressed. They are actively looking at apartments and attempting to move out, but it's looking like they are wanting to push out the June 1st deadline. Would I be showing myself as a doormat if I let them have a couple more weeks? Or is it my obligation to follow through with the deadline I gave in the beginning? I have a feeling my husband did have a lot to do with them getting their shit together, which I'm grateful for. Kinda sucks that I have to risk a stroke in order to get through to him, though. That's another topic for a different day, I think. Next morning, update. I put my kids down for the night last night, and I brought the deadline up to my husband again. I calmly asked, "Hey, June 1st is coming up. Any progress?" "No." "Are you going to talk to them about it?" "No." Then he flipped. Really bad. Starting yelling at me at the top of his lungs. I told him we had an agreement, and then he basically told me to hell with the agreement. I lost it, guys. I told him it's obvious he doesn't care about me or my feelings, and that he's welcome to leave with them too. He says, "Okay, tell me when you want me out." I told him June 1st was already the date. He shut down, stopped talking. He stormed out the door, said he wasn't going to fight about it tonight. I tried calling and messaging him, no response. He turned off his location. He came back late last night, doesn't say a word. Wakes up this morning and then tries to small talk with me. Like nothing happened. I ignored it all. Not because I'm trying to be petty, but because I genuinely don't know how to process this. My oldest wakes up today and asks, "Why is Daddy not staying at our house anymore?" So knowing that my 4-year-old heard all of this commotion is devastating me. Final update. They are out. Moved out about a month ago. Life as I know it is getting back to normal again. My husband got the message with the divorce papers. We have since been having way more open communication, and I have decided to hold off proceeding with divorce at the moment to see if there is anything worth saving in this relationship. I have since had some more health issues come up that I am going through a couple of procedures for next week, and that has been my main focus for the last couple of weeks, hence the no reply for a while. I appreciate all the support and advice from everyone. I am taking every day still here on this earth as a blessing, especially now that I have peace in my home and can sit back and breathe. I have also had the conversation with my husband about if he actually cares enough about me to stay with me through my procedures, possible diagnosis, because I do not want to live what could be my possible last days with someone who isn't there physically, emotionally, and mentally. He has taken off work next week to take care of me throughout it all, and I'm just going to go from there.